Good morning, children. Sairam. So, today we are going to deal with a new chapter in geography. Chapter number 4, Agriculture. So, children, before moving ahead to the studies, ahead with the studies, now I will like to welcome my children back to my class. Children, I hope you have given the exams with sincerity and with full hard work. So, children, hope you come out with flying colors and good marks. So, let's move ahead. Okay, children, let's start up. So, now today we are going to start up with chapter number 4, Agriculture. Children, now what is agriculture? When we talk about agriculture, the definition of agriculture is the science or practice of farming, including cultivation of the soil for the growing of crops and the rearing of animals. Children, tell me one thing. By the way, from where this word agriculture has come? Do you have any idea? I am on the page of your NCRT geography textbook. I am on the initial page of your geography textbook, that is chapter 4. So, here you can see, children, that we have the definition of agriculture. Definition, that where does this word agriculture come from? The word agriculture is derived from Latin words agar or agri, meaning soil, and culture, meaning cultivation. This is your definition number 1. Okay, children. Next, when we start with anything else, let's come to the main point. Let's go through a small story. Now, as you have given the exam, you must be conversant with the fact that NCRT textbook or any textbook is the key to success. Right, children? The exam was set right from the textbook, not from the questions that were given at the back or in the end of the chapter. So, let's give a quick look to this story. Gurpreet, Madhav and Tina were walking through the village where they saw a farmer tilling land. The farmer told them that he was growing wheat and had just added manure to the soil to make it more fertile. He told the children that the wheat would fetch a good price in the mandi, from where it would be taken to the factories to make bread and biscuits from flour. This transformation, this transformation from a plant to a finished product involves 3 types of economic activities. These are primary, secondary, and tertiary activities. I repeat, these are primary, secondary, and tertiary activities. Now, children, what you have to do is you have to write the definitions of the following terms in your notebooks, though you'll get the PDF, but still. Okay, first definition was the definition of agriculture. Now this is second, that in how many parts is agriculture or the economic activities are divided into. When we talk about the division of economic activities, we have 3 broad categories, that is primary, secondary, and tertiary. Now, what are the primary, secondary, and tertiary? Primary activities include all those which are connected with the extraction and production of natural resources, agriculture, fishing, and gathering. This is the first broad category. Secondary activities are concerned. First was your primary, then you have the secondary, and then you have the tertiary. Secondary activities are concerned with the processing of these resources, manufacturing of steel, baking of bread, weaving of cloth. Tertiary to provide support to the primary and secondary sectors through their services like transport, trade, banking, insurance, advertising, etc. So, what can we conclude? That agriculture is a broad category and it caters to, you can say, it caters or it renders a lot of services to the majority of the population of India. I repeat, it renders employment as well as job opportunities to at least 70% of the population of the India. So we can say that two-thirds of India's population depends on agriculture. Fishing and forestry are also parts of agriculture. Now, agriculture being a primary activity includes growing of crops, fruits, vegetables, flowers, and rearing of livestock. If we say why, how is livestock actually dependent upon agriculture? Because if agriculture will be there, what is agriculture? Agriculture refers to the cultivation of green plants. If we do not think about, so children, when we are talking about agriculture, and when we know this basic major fact that agriculture renders 50% of the persons in 50% of the population all over the world, or you can say in easy words that two-thirds of India's population is still dependent on agriculture. Now, what are the factors responsible? What are the factors responsible for agriculture? How do we come to know that? What are the factors? Now, these are the factors. You can see, children, favorable topography of soil, climate, vital for agricultural activity. Land on which the crops are grown is known as arable land. And arable land means, what is arable land, children? Arable lands which is actually, you can say, patable or compatible for growing different kinds of crops. It can be anything: fruits, vegetables, flowers, etc. So an arable land means which is compatible for cultivation. See children, in this particular map, you can see this map guides you. First of all, if we talk about the key, okay, see, this is your arable land, and it it is being marked with green color. So we can see these paths are apt with arable land. That is, major portion of the worlds are occupied with agriculture. That without agriculture, people still, and why without agriculture? We all know that if agriculture is not going to exist, agriculture does not becomes an integral part of the, you can say, of the world, then how will we get food, children? One more important flow chart that you have to do in your fair notebook, that is, which shows you about how many types of cultures are there, or you can say the broad classification of agriculture. First, agriculture is divided with different parts. First, when we talk about agri, it is the science and art of cultivation of soil, raising crops, rearing livestock, which is in simple words called as farming. When we talk about sericulture, it is the commercial rearing of silkworms, so that one can actually rear silkworms for the production of silk. Pisciculture, for the breeding of fish. Viticulture, it is the cultivation of grapes. And horticulture, it is growing vegetables, flowers and fruits for commercial use. About farming system, it is a complex interrelated system of matrix of soil, plants, animals, labor, capital, funds, interdependent, etc. The farm is viewed in a holistic manner, the multidisciplinary approach. That is, when we are talking about farming, it takes a lot of effort, labor, money in order to cater the population of the country. Now, when we talk about the farming system and farming system or the concept of farming, basic farming, whether you refer it to as sericulture, horticulture, viticulture, whatever it is, how we will start, that is a farm system in is that in which it has input, process, outputs and feedback. Depending on the type of farming, arable, pastoral, commercial, subsistence, etc., each and every effort has to be initiated and and with the cooperation, patience and pertinence, only the farming or the agricultural processes are carried out successfully. A perfect example of what input, process, outputs are, and how different steps are actually carried out in order to give the appropriate performance. This is another example which will make you clarify. See, when we are talking about inputs, processes, outputs, so what is the first input? That is machinery which is required. Okay, then crops, then plowing, seeds, chemicals, etc., etc. Then you have the physical inputs, that is the factors. Okay, sunshine, temperature, rainfall, soil, slope, and then our personal efforts, that is human inputs, storage, labor, machinery, chemicals. So there is a lot of effort congregated so as to serve to the nation as well as the population of the country. Now, when we talk about types of farmings, first we have, in types of farming we have shifting agriculture, subsistence agriculture, intensive agriculture, extensive, plantation, mixed farming and commercial agriculture. These are different types of farming which are carried out in order to serve the nation as well as the funds capital, as in order to raise the capital as well as to initiate towards the, you can say, basic GDP of the nation. Now, getting to one more important term that are going to learn is that in farming two main broad categories are there. I repeat, two main or broad categories are there. Children, kindly pay attention to what is being taught in the videos, because whether you go ahead with the PDF, that is written work which the teachers are giving you, or whatever work, live sessions, explanations you'll be getting, children, these videos will help you to understand the chapter better. So kindly, seriously, kindly watch these videos. These are the guidelines. This is the way to guide you throughout your time, throughout that time where you are not able to contact a teacher. So kindly do not take the videos as a, you can say, just a 20-minute entertainment video. That is a humble request to everyone.